Welcome to the road to $1 million US, the series where I try to make $1 million before I graduate from university. Today sitting at 27 subscribers and 18 videos. Let's get right into these charts, guys, because today, as I was telling you about in yesterday's video, we may have gotten this confirmation, and today it looks like we actually got it. So you can see on the 1 hour time frame here that we actually got a breakout as well as a retest, and then we just resumed to blast off from there. However, right now we are in this critical resistance level of the 2021 all-time high, sitting at about $69,400, which you can see right here. The 69,400 level is actually where we are at right now on the weekly time frame. And as I was telling you guys about when we got this weekly candle close, I specifically told you guys, hey, we closed below the all-time high. We may actually see this as a rejection from the 2021 all-time high. And following that, we actually got a 15 to 20% correction, okay? However, now moving back into the short term, you can see in this pattern right here that I drew out for you guys in a video 2 days ago, as well as yesterday, you can clearly see that we got a breakout, a retest, and then now we are just absolutely blasting off to the upside. And here you can see that the price target for this, if you just take this move right here, you can see that the price target for this is sitting at just above $73,000, which would be a total move of about 10%. So in my opinion, since we got a breakout retest and now blasting off, if we close this candle here, it is pretty clearly obvious that we are getting this breakout. However, one thing we must be mindful of, and I can't say this enough, this $69,400 level all the way up to 70K is a very big level of resistance. And then right above that at 72 to 74K, this is also a major level of resistance because this is the actual all-time high, the new all-time high that has been set. Once we get a daily or weekly candle close above this 69,400 level, I think we can pretty clearly say that we have started the reversal and we are now just moving out of this downtrend. But until then, until that happens, I am still completely open to the possibility that we just get rejected right from here, and you are currently watching the top as we break further and further down, or that we even get rejected from this new all-time high that we set and then end up moving down. Okay, so until we break this downtrend right here, I'm not flipping super bullish, and I'm still completely open to the possibility that we're moving down way lower. In fact, there are some reasons to believe that we may actually go down all the way to the 50K level. Although for me personally, I think this is highly, highly unlikely, especially now, even after we got this breakout to the upside. And what is making me believe that we may have to see some more bearish price action, or perhaps even just some sideways consolidation? Well, you can see in 2017 on the Bitcoin daily chart, you can see that this all-time high here actually was some pretty decent resistance for a little bit in this 2020 bull run. So in fact, this here was about a month worth of price action before we finally broke out above that all-time high level. Though, just to show you, once we actually broke above this with a daily candle close, we pretty much instantly here saw 100% move. This is about 20 days here, if I'm correct. Yeah, it's about 23 days. So 100% move in 20 days for Bitcoin today would be basically us shooting straight up to $140,000 in 20 days, guys. So that would be pretty insane. Personally, it's not what I'm expecting, but I do want you guys to be mindful that if we get a daily or weekly candle close above this $69,400 level, then it is basically the same scenario where we finally get a close above the previous all-time high. A weekly candle close would be perfect. And that's, I think, the signal for many people to start really aping into altcoins and for Bitcoin to start moving higher really fast. And this is actually a question that 5 Onion Rings asked on yesterday's video. He said, 1 million, how long do you think until we have the full-on bull run, like floodgates are open? Well, I told you in this reply I was going to share it in the next video, which is today. So I hope this helps. So most likely scenario from here would probably be, and I don't think people are going to be happy with this, but I think we're probably most likely just ranging between 60 to 70K for maybe 1 or 2 more weeks. I might be completely off with that, but last time it took 4 weeks, so why wouldn't it take 4 weeks this time, right? And we're currently only about 2 weeks into this bearish price action and consolidation just below the all-time high. However, last time we got a maximum pullback of about 20%, and this time we also got a pullback of around 17%. So the price action so far has been really similar, and that's why I think there may be reason to believe why we do have a little bit of a ways to go before we finally break that all-time high. And I think once that happens, we just blast off from there. Again, as always, guys, let's not get ahead of ourselves and just take it one day at a time, and we see where the price takes us. Either way, really happy with this news today, and we finally got some bullish news after a couple weeks of bearish price action. Now moving into the Bitcoin liquidation heat maps. So first on the 24-hour, you can see that we took out a big pocket of liquidity on the upside here, now sitting at about this 69K level in terms of price. Even on the weekly chart, it's an even bigger pocket of liquidity, about $800 million worth of liquidations. So these are people that are trying to short the price of Bitcoin that just got their trade blown up because we saw this big move to the upside. Now zooming out even further on the 1 month liquidation heat map for Bitcoin, you can see that there is still a massive pocket of liquidity at just above 73K. Okay, so there's still about $2.1 billion worth of liquidity sitting at this price level. And typically what you see is that the price gets attracted to these big pockets of liquidity, especially if it is a price that is already near the current price action. Though, since in my opinion, we are still in a downtrend technically, I am still completely open to the idea that we're sweeping this big pocket of liquidity to the downside at about $60,000, okay? I don't want to completely rule this out just yet, even though some other people you may be following are now going on complete bull mode, and they're saying we're reaching 85K next week. Maybe we are, but I just want to stay open to the possibility that we're still moving to the downside, or that there's still some room left there to have some bearish price action. So now what is making me believe that it is unlikely that we actually get back to this 50K level, even though on the monthly, you can see that we have about $1 billion worth of liquidity just chilling here at 50K. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to go back down to that level, okay? You can see here that zooming out on the 1 year Bitcoin liquidation heat map, that there is still like $15 to $16 billion worth of liquidity just chilling here at about 25K. And in my opinion, I think it's highly, highly unlikely that we actually ever see a 25K Bitcoin ever again. So this is how I'm looking at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, and what is making me believe that it is unlikely that we are actually going to 50K. But as I said, just to make this point one last time, is that, you know, we may still see some price action down to these lower levels at about 60K. And we cannot rule this out yet. Though, as I'm literally recording this video, it does look like we're getting pretty close to actually breaking out of this top level of resistance right here. So if we actually end up breaking above 70K, I think this 72K price target right here is very likely to actually happen. And in that case, my calls over the past couple of days would have been perfect, just like they have been over the last couple of weeks. But as I said, let's not get ahead of ourselves here and just wait and just take it one day at a time. If we get bullish price action, then great, we're all making money here. And if we see some bearish price action, we have to be a little more conservative, and we have to be patient for the price to continue to go higher. So if you're currently not fully positioned, like you haven't deployed all the capital that you want to deploy, well, in that scenario, personally, I wouldn't be buying into this pump right now, because you're literally buying into this pocket of resistance and then even more resistance above that. So personally, I think it is a pretty risky trade if you're like going all in right now. But that's just my opinion. And of course, this is not financial advice. The only time I bought recently was actually below this 62K level right here, because I clearly told you guys in this video right here, I'm buying these altcoins now. I said we're clearly in a big support right here, and I'm just going to dump some money into alts because they were all down like 30 to 50% from their all-time highs. However, if you're currently not positioned, you may just have to exercise some restraint here, even though prices could go higher, of course. But the thing is, like, there's going to be more dumps in the future, like where the price just completely dumps, and you get some great discount on these altcoins and stuff like this. I think that is a better opportunity than right now buying into this pump and hoping that the price goes up higher. But of course, this is your own decision, and just do with the information that I presented for you today. Do with that what you like. And this is, of course, not financial advice. So do whatever you want. This has been today's update video. Thank you very much for watching. One last thing though, you can still join my crypto group on Discord. It's the first link in the description of this video. So if you're interested in joining a community where you can talk about crypto, maybe even make some new friends in the space, then this is the place to do it. We're only just getting started here, so you're welcome to join that. It's completely free. Thank you for watching once again, and I will see you in the next one.